fellas, get on in here. We have a lot to unpack. Now, just this morning, okay, 50 Cent threatened to Diddy-fy T.I. and Tiny. He posted and then deleted a screenshot of a headline claiming he is developing a documentary tentatively titled Surviving T.I. and Tiny. That's crazy. Focusing on the couple's past and pending sexual assault allegations. So we have to talk about this, fellas. Has 50 Cent gone too far again, or is T.I. and Tiny's family to blame? So, Roomies, I want you to hop in this. I know you got a lot to say. Are you team A, 50 is the king of petty, B, team Harris all the way, which means you're riding with the Harris family, or C, everybody in the situation is wrong? Fellas, I know you got a lot to say on this. We're gonna bring in a roomie. Matter of fact, let's bring in a roomie right now to join us in the conversation. Okay, well, there you go. What's up, roomie? What's your name? Where you from? Oh, he can't hear us. Lord, roomie, we got to get the roomies together. But in the meantime,
he had on a great shirt though.
Join the chat and drop if you're A, B, or C. Now, I think I'm team B, y'all. I'm team Harris family because the way they roll for their mama, I just can't unsee it. What do you guys think about this whole situation? We'll start with you, Zach.
I really think 50 Cent is on a different level of petty right now. And it's getting past petty. It's becoming like, man, who are you? You know, I know in this culture, we have this no snitching thing. You know what I'm saying? People are really serious about that. But like, what form of this is where we trying to tear each other down? I mean, it was a rap beef. You know, I feel like 50 could have went in the studio or not responded or posted more memes if you wanted to. But to go in and try to take something personal to take you down and you ain't really got no issue with him. I understood it with Diddy. It seemed like with Diddy, he was on Diddy ass for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of understood with Diddy, but you're going to do this to T.I. It's just like, you ever do something to somebody and they like you was playing with them, you smacked them upside the head, they really beat you up. Like you playing too rough.
Yeah.
That's a crazy way to put it. So what you think?
Man, I hated 50 did this, man. I'm going option A. King of petty, man. Super petty, my guy. You lost the rap. You lost the rap beef. You lost it. Go ahead, go on about your business. It's cool. It's cool, but to do this, because we saw what happened after surviving R. Kelly charges just seemed like they kind of sped up. So in a way, 50 Cent, you kind of acting like the police in a way. If you do something while somebody got, you know, it says pending sexual assault allegations, so they got a case brewing, and you finna do something to try to make them even to mess with the whole thing and probably send them to jail, possibly. That's not right, bro. That's not right. You a street dude. You know better than that. That's police activity, and he know that.
Yeah,
and we seen what happens when they put together a documentary. It's like almost when you put together a documentary, it's kind of like that's your day in court because it weighs so heavily on the public's opinion of you. It's almost like you don't even get a fair chance to defend any allegations against you once there is a documentary and people sitting in a dark light telling their side of the story. Now the roomies are weighing in. They have a lot to say. Shout out to Deborah Times 2303 on our YouTube. She said, I think 50 Cent is just a jealous-hearted person. Cassie Law, another roomie, checking in from Facebook on the Shade Room, said 50 digging in his own grave because everyone is getting fed up with him. I don't even want to see power shows no more. Damn, Cassie. She ready to throw 50 away.
He ain't supposed to do. He's not just not supposed to do this, bro. You lost it was a rap beef. You put up something about his wife and they mama. They reacted accordingly, and you lost. You didn't want to rap about it. You wanted to put up memes and say, no, I'm cool. All right, be done about it. But bringing the law into it, surviving T.I. and Tiny is crazy work. It's crazy work, man. Don't do that, Fair. You're a street dude. And that, again, I've said this time and time about this beat. We all fell in love with 50. We fell in love with these shows because of the authentic person he is, a street dude. He is a gangster rapper. We watched Power initially because 50 Cent was a part of it. Does it do the same? Doesn't even do the same numbers without him. We fell in love with the street persona, and you're doing something that goes against all the values that, you know, I guess street guys have.
And I think it opens up a bigger question: is this even legal? You know, like how is this legal to be able to, you know, like Kiki said, change people's public opinion based off a documentary, you know? So
Yeah.
I guess people are saying, but it's scary, especially if you have an open case. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this should be legal because
No.
you definitely getting your day in court before you go. So it's messed up.
Yeah. Come on,
Well,
Phil. Don't do that. I hope he's joking.
yeah.
I hope he's trolling. I hope he's trolling. I hope
And the
he's trolling.
Roomies,
I hope it's a song.
you hope it's what?
I hope it's a song. Like I hope
Oh.
it's like I hope he make a song called "Surviving T.I. and Tidy" or something, and he like play on it. And it might be a record. I think that would be funny. You know what I'm saying? But to actually do a documentary and actually do it, I think that's too much. You got too much extra energy to be doing.
Yeah, I don't think it's a song because if he try to drop a song, he need to go get Eminem. He need to go get everybody to fight against the Harris family because all the kids talented. So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, again, I said it before. I don't understand people. I just don't understand the whole thing about 50 don't want to rap. 50 Cent don't. Man, dude, are you kidding me? No, Get Rich or Die Trying. I know it was a long time ago. I just can't believe a person that made that many hits, that type of project, just all of a sudden can't rap no more. I mean, people excited about Jay-Z. I know Jay-Z's rap, you know, in recent times opposed to 50, but still, when you got at that type of skill level, I just don't think it leaves you. Look at T.I. T.I. jumped up off the bench from doing comedy and came out with a hit record. I think it went number one or at least top 3.
But 50 Cent always had a moment. It was never that long. Like I know he dominated while he was out, Tone.
That was pure domination.
But for a 5-year span, and that was built off the things you just said: persona, being shot 9 times, being the realest, making the most hardest songs, the movies. It was all of that helped in that. You know what I'm saying? You compare them to T.I. and Jay-Z. Those are just pure artists, lyricists. You know what I'm saying? 50 was or like you said, a rapper, but like a street rapper, not necessarily like, oh, I've never heard that cadence before. No, it was just hard, and it was the timing of it.
I just, again, I'm not going. A person that's got that type of catalog just can't all of a sudden forget how to rap. That's just my opinion. But let's go ahead, man. Roomies, you keep checking in. They got to keep checking in because we got to get to it because you already know, guys. It just kind of happened out of the blue. Right now, the world's busiest airport has become the world's biggest waiting room. Following February 28 strikes on Iran, airspace across the Middle East has turned into a no-fly zone, leaving over 200,000 travelers. They're stranded in the middle of a war. Now, our first guest is a national basketball champion who recently faced the unthinkable while playing basketball in Jerusalem. Destiny Littleton found herself caught in the middle of a war, and she's here to share a story of survival and the incredible support system that got her out. Destiny, welcome to the show.
What up? What up? Appreciate you for having me.
What's happening? What's happening? First of all, how are you and how is the mental health?
Woo! Exhausted and exhausted. Yeah, I haven't even really had a chance to like sit down and decompress. Not even a cry, a tear, a scream, nothing. I've just been on the go. So, you know, exhausted for real.
So when did you return to the States?
Yesterday.
And
at 5:30.
Wow, you just got back yesterday. That's
just
crazy.
Got back, yeah.
I mean, fill us in. Like, what was that journey like even getting back?
It was tough. So, you know, like y'all said, all the airspaces were closed. And, you know, I actually had a flight back on Tuesday, the 4th, or I guess that's Wednesday, to go home. So this stuff started on Saturday. So I was a couple of days removed from, you know, getting on my flight and coming back to LA, and, you know, things changed in a second. And it was, I can't even really like describe it, how crazy the situation is. It's like things you see on a movie or things that you just kind of like, you know, say it'll never happen to you, and then it does. It was one of those moments. But the trek back, it was like, all right, my team was like, okay, so we got this plan, but y'all can't tell nobody, because if y'all tell one person, then the whole plan is going to get shut down. And so we're like, what? Couldn't tell my agent. Couldn't tell. I had other friends in the league. I couldn't tell them. I couldn't tell anybody. And I felt bad because I'm like, no, I'm trying to get all my friends out. What y'all mean? And so they was just like, hey, y'all need to be on this bus at 7 o'clock. And if y'all not there, we're going to leave you. So essentially we took a 4-hour bus ride to Egypt, across the border there. And then flew out of Taba, which Taba isn't even really like an operating airport. Think of like it's an airport with no commercial flights, like no commercial flights go in and out. So they opened up like, hey, only like 4 flights can go commercially. There was no other airplanes. There was nothing. We're sitting here looking like, oh, we could tell this is not a real airport because my booking ticket, it was like a piece of paper and they wrote some stuff down on it. Like, here you go, your seat number, where you're headed to. And I'm just like, huh? So it was a lot of people that they fit into the room. And that was a crazy experience in of itself. We were supposed to leave at 3:20, didn't end up leaving until like 6:30. And they were like, if we don't leave in 5 minutes, y'all are going to stay here overnight. And of course, we're like, what? This is not even our fault. What do y'all mean? But just to see, there was 3 flights ahead of us, going to different destinations. And every single time their flight got called, it was cheers. It was like finally we getting up out of here. And so from there, we finally got on the plane. So from there, we went to Serbia. And then from Serbia, essentially in Europe, so everything is clear. So once we got out of Egypt, everything was clear. So then from Serbia, I went to Amsterdam, and then Amsterdam to LA. So it was a long 2 days, and I'm not gonna lie, that flight from Egypt to Serbia, I was still a little nervous.
Man, I know you were. That sounds insane. Now, your coach Don was publicly and privately working every angle to get you and your fellow teammates home safely. Can you tell us about the moment you first heard from her during the crisis, and what level of like forever mentorship meant to you when you were stranded out there?
Yeah, so actually, I started to kind of record because one, I was in shock, right? I'm like, no, people aren't going to believe me if I tell them that this stuff happened. So I'm like, okay, let me record. And then, I posted on social and it blew up. And, she was one of the first people to text me, Destiny, oh my gosh, what's going on? How can I help you? Who else is there? Like, she was on it from the jump. And she was there every single step of the way. And, she moved mountains. I'm not going to lie. She moved mountains. And, we all know Coach Staley. She is a one-of-a-kind human. And the connections that she has in and of itself surpass a lot of things. And, she used her connections. And not only, did she see me out of Israel, but, she's the reason why I was able to get on the flight from Serbia to LA. My team wasn't paying for that flight.
That's
and
crazy.
I didn't have it.
Yeah.
I didn't have it. And, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. She's like, oh, don't worry about it at all. Don't worry about it at all. But that is the type of person she is. She made sure from the start of the war to the time that I touched down back home, she made sure I was okay, constantly checking in during her sleep hours, during 3-4 o'clock in the morning, texting, hey, Des, what's going on? Or is everything okay? We had a rolling group chat, making sure everybody was checking in. Because any long period of silence, it does something to you. It's like, wait, I haven't heard from them in a long time. What's going on? So yes, she was instrumental in bringing me home. And, to have somebody like that, first of all, I would never take it for granted. Never have, but just to see it kind of unfold in real life, is unbelievable. And I never knew kind of what the situation was going to be, but but from the jump, I knew I had her who was always checking in, always texting. And that really did something, like having a familiar face, just saying, I love you, saying, I hope you get home safe, saying, I'm here for you, whatever you need, I got you.
It gives you that connection. It gives you that connection to being back home, and letting you know that the people back here haven't forgotten about you being so far away. But the roomies are all checking in. Please drop your flowers in the chat for Coach. But what was the first thing you did when you returned back here?
Go to Texas Roadhouse, even though they disappointed me. Listen,
You ain't got you
I
some
was
rolls?
praising. Oh, did I? I was praising Texas Roadhouse, and they under delivered on the steak a little bit, but the rolls was hitting every single time for sure. But
Okay.
yeah, that was the first thing I did, and then I went to sleep. Showered and went to sleep for sure.
Man, that's a crazy story. It just shows again to all the roomies how much of a beautiful human being Dawn is, man. Coach Staley is. She's a beautiful human being, and it's gonna make that's a reason why people lined up, other than being some of the top players in the country, but people line up to play for her because of the type of person she is.
Absolutely.
Well, we're so happy that you're home.
Yeah.
We appreciate you taking some time to check in with us. And we just praying for everybody else that's stuck that they get home safely. So thank you so much for joining the show.
And Donna, Destiny, I'll give you some buckets too.
No, he won't.
Run it up. Schedule it. I got you. Schedule it.
I'm playing. I don't want no smoke. I'm playing.
Man.
Thanks a lot for joining us.
That story is insane.
Man. Oh man. Let's go ahead and get to it, because while many travelers are still stranded in Dubai, our next guest is making the most of it. Roomies, welcome Abram Mitchell. What's up, man? Come on in.
What's popping? What's good with y'all?
What's happening, Abram? How you feeling, my brother?
Man, I'm feeling blessed, man. I'm feeling good. A little
man,
anxious, but I'm blessed.
You over here feeling, man. How long have you been in Dubai?
Man, I've been in Dubai about 16 days now, like 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. I got here February 19th.
Man, look, now beyond the safety concerns, there is a major financial toll being stuck in a city like Dubai, like from extended hotel stays to finding meals while in the city, especially is completely on high alert. How are you and those that are traveling and managing to try to manage the money, the mountain cost of everything, the hotel stays, more money? I mean, how you feel about that? What's going on over there like that?
Man, bro, it's like I'm thankful, you know what I'm saying? Because I work hard, you know. I'm a real estate developer by trade. So I got my own business. I got 20 developments going on back in Nashville, Tennessee right now. So I'm thankful that I got a business and emphasis on business that operate with or without me. You know, so whenever something like this going on right now, it let me know why I work so hard to put a team and systems in place for if I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? So like, I haven't really felt a financial hit. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'd have made money while I'm out here. You know,
that's right.
I make money from my phone. You know what I'm saying? So I make money from my phone. I got a team handling business. I mean, I could just show y'all right now. I mean, this is just one of my houses that I'm building. This is a system that I use. I got 20 plus bills going on, so I could pull it up at a touch of a button and see my properties. I can see my team communicating. I could pay people. I could do all that, even 12,000 miles away from home. Now, if I couldn't do that, I would definitely be, panicking. I'd be a lot more stressed. But I'm definitely anxious right now, for sure.
I mean, that has to be a real feeling. We've been seeing reports that even while the sirens are going off and missiles are being intercepted overhead, life in some parts of Dubai seems to continue with people at pools or going to the mall, while other people are sheltering in parking garages. So is that split reality something that you're seeing? And like, how do you balance the pressure to stay calm and enjoy the resort while the real survival instincts are telling you that you need to get out of there?
Yeah, like, I mean, the first day that it popped off, the bomb or missile, they being intercepted, whatever it is something we ain't seen in America. It hit right across the street from my hotel, like directly across the street, you know what I'm saying? So we got up out of there and moved to another spot. And then as soon as we check into the other spot, boom, you hear the bomb. That's the one that hit the airport. Whole room that I'm in right now rattled, like boom. So the room rattled, and then next thing you know, the phone go off, and then you see bomb threat, missile threat, take shelter. So at that moment, that was probably like my most rattled moment in this entire situation. Because when you hear that amber alert sound, they usually come in the wee hours of the night. I'm like, hold on, what's going on? And then you read it and it say, ongoing missile threat, take shelter now. I'm like, hold on, bro. Like, is this real? Like, this my reality right now? Like, I remember seeing this during the Ukrainian war on my phone, you know what I'm saying? And just thinking, like, I know they say all this stuff about the USA, but we don't see missiles and bombs hitting the salt, like war not fought on our ground. You know what I mean? So at that point, I'm like, hold up, what's about to happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, is we about to see a whole like a bunch of missiles, boom, just rushing into Dubai, everybody stacked up in the hotel lobby. And then I remember this one lady, she actually made me feel better. Because a lot of people on this side, it's crazy, but it's kind of their reality. So like this lady, she Lebanese, she was like, this is normal, this is nothing. It was like a bomb hit. I swear, she was like, a bomb hit 200 meters away from my house a couple months ago. This is nothing. And like her calmness kind of made me be like, all right, bet, let's slow it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So they had people stacked up in the lobby. That's when I put the video on my page just to update everybody. You know, my parents, my mom and dad, aunts, uncles, grandparents, like they going crazy. Everybody back home, they hitting me going crazy. And then like I just took a step back and was like, all right, let's slow it down. You know what I'm saying? Let's slow it down a little bit. You know, obviously it's not hitting where I'm at. I can't control exactly what's going on. The only thing I can control is my faith in God. You know what I'm saying? And this the reality right now, you know.
So are people still going to the pools and stuff? Like relaxing, having vacation?
I've been, you know, I'm like, I bet I'm out here. I was supposed to leave. I
want to let you know, you are either you the coolest brother in the whole world, or you just a con. I don't know, bro. Like it's missiles. You just like, yeah, bro. You know it is what it is.
There's no point in panicking.
There is no point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If this was it,
I'm light skinned. I panic.
If this was it, if this was it, God's plan, then I'm gonna make the best out of it. You feel me? So I was supposed to leave Monday. I'm like, all right, cool. I still don't know when I'm gonna get home, but I'm like, I bet I'm gonna enjoy Dubai. Like, if I'm gonna be stuck anywhere, I would rather be stuck in Dubai. And I go on record saying the UAE, like the government here has done a great job of like making an unnormal situation normal. Because like the reality is there's been like, I don't know, like 700 missiles or drones shot here. Yeah. And they're attacking U.S. embassies, U.S. Assets, and 95% of them been shot out of the air. So like what y'all seeing circulating online, I'm gonna say one is crazy seeing two different realities, like seeing what the news say versus what's going on, but also like a lot of these threats have been like shot out of the sky, intercepted, and then they fall, and like you can't really control where the debris falls. You know what I'm saying? So you would think it's been more casualties and more like deaths in this situation. I think like one or two people did lose their life, and rest in peace to them. My condolences to them. But like for this situation to be like a straight out of a nightmare, it's crazy to see how the government here has like responded, because they can't control like this happening. All they can control is how they respond to it and how they keep their residents. And it ain't really a state of emergency here. So the people here and the government and how they responded, I'm like, I bet we gonna roll with it. So I've been hitting the pools, I've been hitting the beach. So I put a post on my page earlier. I told them give me a jet card. So I try to cross the borders on the little jet ski car. They told me, nah, you can't cross them. So,
y'all taking war real light.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Now, Abram, the U.S. has urged all Americans to leave the region, but you know, you're blocked and the exit is blocked and flights are canceled and it's closed. If you could speak directly to the State Department right now, what is one thing you need from them to feel like your safety is actually a priority?
That phone number that they putting on CNN need to actually work. You know that phone number, like when you call the number, I don't know, like a bunch of people that sent me the phone number. Everybody that sent it to me, but I'm convinced nobody called it because when you call that number, it says the first thing it says is we can't help you. You know what I'm saying? So, like I filled out, you know, the information that needs to be filled out. Maybe it just takes time. You know, I'm not the only person here, so I'm not gonna act like the states isn't doing anything because I've seen some reports that the first flights to rescue Americans went out like yesterday. So, you know, I can't act like I'm first on the list, you know. So at the end of the day, I mean, that phone number that they putting out there though, it's an automated voicemail system and it doesn't really take you anywhere.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, it's 200,000 people trapped over there, so it
is a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna act like America not doing anything because I did read a report that was verified that a flight actually went out. And what's crazy is somebody. I'm in Nashville. That's where I live at. Somebody in Nashville, they actually got out the other day through Hong Kong. Like they went to Hong Kong and then went to LAX and now they flying to Nashville. And she told me that the US finally reached out to her and let her know that they'll go be doing some flights. So the United States is responding. So shout out to the United States of America. Shout out to the government. They definitely care about it. So they are working to get people out of here.
Hey, but you got to look more worried, bro. That'll probably speed the process.
My birthday.
Like Abram over here chilling. Hey, go ahead.
Birthday, I'm gonna never forget it. You know, I'll be telling my kids about this.
Yeah, you will. So there is a report though about you. $250,000 while in Dubai. You made $250 since being in Dubai.
Yeah.
That's from all of your businesses that you got going on now.
That's specifically from building houses. So like I said, I take an empty lot, buy it, then I build a house on it and I sell the house. So like I said, I mean, my business still operating with or without me. Even if the internet went out right now, I got A players and I got systems set up to where these things roll. All I need to do is sign a document. Like even in a few hours, I'm about to sign for another closing. So I'll be there sold 2 properties. So that number go up to over 300 while we out here. You know what I'm saying? I done sold and closed on multiple properties while I'm out here, put new deals in my pipeline. I consult people too. You know, so my brand, Triple M Method, Money Making Mindset. The mindset is where you make the money. I show other people how to do this too, you know. So a lot of the attention online has showed people that, hey, this young man know what he's doing, you know. So I'm the real deal when it comes to, you know, real estate, building these houses and building business, you know. So this been a good test of what we've been working on, what I've been putting together over the years.
Well, congratulations to you, brother, because it got you calm in a state of emergency. Because I know I'd have been around there going crazy somewhere in a parking garage. But we appreciate you, Abram, for sharing your story to all the roomies.
Yes,
we hope you get home.
I'll keep everybody updated too.
Yeah,
I keep everybody updated. Y'all, all platforms. That's me. So and shout out to Destiny. I was cracking up watching that.
Yeah, shout out to Destiny.
Like, y'all need to send me a plane though, but we'll see. I'm calm, but sure, I want to go home too. I'm stressed out by my people, you know, not knowing what's going on. So,
no doubt, man. You get home safe.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Of course. Child, if you need somebody to help you spend that money when you get back, call us. Because he got all the investments, child. But you know what? Let's keep it rolling.
See, they talk about money don't buy happiness. It buys something.
It buys something.
It buys something. I don't know if it has something.
Abram got something. He got something. I want to be that calm when I get one of them alerts saying missile attack.
Baby.
Like he just like
he's like
man,
the deal tonight.
He's sleeping good. Money definitely gonna buy you something.
Something. I don't know what
Come
it
on
is.
now, because I'll be somewhere calling on the name of Jesus. All right, let's keep the show rolling, roomies. The Funky Bunch is here, and I love to see it. Joining us is the king of digital commentary and the sharpest tongue in pop culture. One of my favorites, the one and only Funky Dineva.
What's going on, y'all? What's going
Hey,
on? What's going on?
What's
Listen,
up, boy?
I'm over here laughing at the top of y'all story about the Dubai people. There was one set of people that y'all didn't interview, and that's the BBL girls, okay? Because let me tell you something. They over there, they having a good time. The only thing them hoes worried about is the fact that they babysitter might have to go back to work over here in the United States. Them hoes is over there racking up, selling that American cat over there in the UAE. They is not worried about getting back, baby. They is stuck in the middle of the bank vault. What are y'all talking about? They are having a good time. Listen, I got a friend that's a dancer, and she said during COVID she made so much money because they was opening up strip clubs as just any old place. That's the same thing going on with the BBL girls over there in Dubai. They are having bombs over Baghdad specials, and them girls are selling that thing from the east to the west. They ain't trying to get out of there, baby. They making more money than they ever made. Men over there stressed out, buy some cat. Can't get home, buy some cat. President don't care about you, buy some cat. They is over there buying that cat, baby.
That is crazy, Funky. The girls out there getting them points together before they come back over here. I ain't
You better make a good. You better make a lemonade out of lemons. If I'm gonna get stuck over there, I'm selling it for $40 a pound, baby. Okay.
It's gonna be on sale.
Okay. $40 a pound. Trauma special.
Come on. Put that thing on the market, okay?
Come on, man.
While we talking about selling it, we gonna take a little right turn because people were selling it over here in these files. Now we know you were all into the Epstein files, Funky. You had a lot to say about it, so we got to get your commentary. The DOJ just magically lost 50,000 pages of the Epstein files right as the subpoena hit the Attorney General's desk. So, Funky, is this a technical glitch or are they laying the cover up right in our face?
This is 9,000,000% a cover up, a slap in our face. They playing in our face because first of all, if this is true, why haven't the subsequent news report said this person's been fired, this person's been fired, this person's been fired? If 50,000 pages of sensitive government information has turned up missing, that is a major security breach. To me, you know what I'm saying? So head should be rolling. Under normal circumstances, the head of the DOJ and everybody that person brought in would be fired. What the hell you mean? Where's the questions? If 50 pages of that file have been lost, what other classified documents have been lost? Are they lost? Are they deleted? Are they in the hands of Russia? Are they in the hands of our enemies? Why isn't anybody concerned that classified documents have turned up missing to the tune of 50,000? And that's because they're not lost. Exactly. And trust and believe there are several copies of it on somebody's thumb drive, in a drawer, or in a desk. What it is that we have a president that is perfectly insulated by his cronies, and there is just not going to be any negative recourse for their actions. And that's just what it is.
That is 100% what it is.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing to think. And you know, I said it from the beginning of this. Do you think powerful people are going to arrest themselves?
No, not at all.
It just doesn't happen. Which leads me to this next part, Funky. Did you see Hillary Clinton's testimony? And
yes, I did.
About that.
Yes, I did. And you know what? I'm so proud of Hillary Clinton. Number one, Mama went in her closet and picked out an old nasty blue suit.
Did she?
Okay. Listen, let's just get into the suit for a minute. Like, if you gonna get a bitch together on TV, you better be in your finest fashions. Mama had that Aquanet in that hair. It was teased to the gods, honey. And she was giving them people the business. And I'm gonna tell you something, like, it's embarrassing, right? Because let's just hypothetically pretend that Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and Bill Cosby was all laid up in the bed with Whoopi Goldberg, Jeff Epstein, and Martha Stewart. It don't change the fact that Donald Trump ass was too. You know what I'm saying? So while you're so busy trying to focus on Hillary and the Clintons trying to distract us, The commander-in-chief is mentioned in that thing over God knows how many times, and I'm pretty sure he is on the 50,000 pages that y'all lost. What are we doing here? Y'all are going for low-hanging fruit. Sure, they had some interactions with the man, sure, but not to the tune in which Donald Trump did.
Yeah.
So what are we really doing here?
Patsy. That's a Patsy. That to me it gave Patsy like, hey Bill, they keep showing y'all gotta talk. You and Hillary gotta talk.
And honestly and truthfully,
now
I wish Hillary and Bill would get up there and just start spilling people business. I really wish, because I know they know some things that'll do some damage. I really wish they'd just get messy and just start telling folks business. Since y'all want mess, here go the mess.
Now, Funky, did you see when Bill Clinton was looking at the files and started laughing?
It bust out laughing, and the lawyer took the papers.
Lawyer took the paper from him?
Yes, hilarious, totally hilarious. Because this whole thing is a damn circus. I would love to know what was on the paper that he was laughing at, but like somebody said in the comments, political theater. This whole thing is nothing more than political theater. While we're at war,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like that was the thing that really bothered me. We over here don't know what the hell going on. People over here stuck in Dubai, Venezuela, or housing prices through the roof, immigrants getting killed, ICE. We got never in my 42 years has the American society had so much going on at one time. It's not that we've never had these different things going on, but baby, we got 50 different fires to put out at one damn time, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's reality show on TV.
Yeah. Well, let's turn the page real quick. You know, everybody loves your culture opinions, so let's do a round of T on the 2. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put couples pictures up, and then you give us your opinionated T, okay, on these couples.
Here is when y'all get in trouble.
Coming in hot.
I have to live with these people, okay?
We just want to know what you think.
I can't even go to the parties without threat of getting beat up because I have to live with these people. Let's go.
Let's start with Yandy and Mendici.
When I think of Yandy and Mendicis, I think of the Gladys Knight song, Neither One of Us Want to Be the First to Say Goodbye. Based on nothing personal that I know, based on what we've seen over the years with this relationship, it really just feels like the healthier thing for these two people to have done would have been to part ways a long time ago. I understand people try to stay together for the sake of business. They try to stay together for the sake of children and for the sake of so many other things, not letting them hoes out there think they got one up on us. But the reality of the situation is, it feels as if them two fighting to stay together has actually been more unhealthy for them than if they would just part ways and be co-parents and friends.
All right. Yep. What about Candy and Todd?
Candy and Todd is a very sad situation. I don't think anybody wanted to see Candy and Todd get a divorce. Unfortunately, from what I've heard, Todd was caught around somebody's house he wasn't supposed to be at. And Candy found out, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, he was around Helen's house, okay? The lady name was Helen, and he was around her house in July, and Candy found out, and all shit hit the damn fan. And he shouldn't have been around Helen's house. He should have been around Candy Burber's house.
Now, who is Helen, Funky? What did she do?
Listen, I don't want to get Helen all caught up in the thing. I'm going to let somebody else drop all the T's on Helen. But he was around Helen's house from what the people told me.
Damn, Todd. You got that chocolate and you messing with Helen? Okay, what you want your woman to be able to do? Fly? Yeah. Like, what you wanted to... Okay, no shade again, Helen.
All right, let's go. Portia and Sway the Pro.
You know, I don't be thinking some of these girls be gay for real. I really don't. I don't. Like, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, last season, Ming Lee came out on Basketball Wives and she was messing around with Ty. And, you know, now Portia gay. it just feels very convenient. Like the only way Portia gonna prove to me that she gay, she gonna have to eat her box. Like I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see. Is you gay? I want to see just how gay you is. I'm gonna need to see Portia eat her box before I honestly believe Portia is gay. I think Portia is probably fed up with men at the moment. I think Portia need a good old storyline for this show. I think that the woman-to-woman companionship that she's probably getting from Sway probably feels good and it feels safer than what she's gotten from him. But you ain't been gay.
Now, Funky, you remember the rumors on Real Housewives, right? When she said, she said the stuff with Phaedra and Candy.
Yeah.
You think she was gay back then?
She drunk gay. That's a different kind of gay.
What you're saying.
That drunk gay and real gay is, drunk gay is when you get drunk and let the real gay person eat your box. I need to see her eat this girl box sober. But that is how we'll know if she gay or not. Okay? Eat it sober. And then we can have a conversation about Portia being gay. But until then, I don't think Portia gay.
Eating sober is the funniest thing.
There you go. There it is.
And here is why I ask. You the only female on the cast. Do you want to eat boxed?
No, child.
And why you don't want to eat it?
It's just not for me.
Because it's kind of nasty to you, right?
I ain't never tried it, Funky.
But how would you imagine it being?
I ain't never thought about it. I like penis. I don't know.
Let me and Zach help you out. It's fun.
I don't know how to answer.
So what I'm saying is, in order for you to do it sober, you really have to like it, huh?
That's true.
All right, then. That's the only point I'm making. So I need reports of her eating it sober. Then I'll co-sign Portia being gay.
Oh my God, Funky is crazy. All right, we're gonna do Deion Sanders and Carucci.
Oh boy.
Get it, girl, and when it's got, get some more young fish. Listen, I ain't mad with her. I'm not mad with her. There are listen, youth is currency. Okay, youth is currency, and it's not like Carucci is 23. And if Deion in his senior years want to wine and dine this young lady and put her in rooms and on platforms that she ordinarily would not have been in, I am not mad at her for getting it while the getting is good. Let's talk about it really quickly. Like, a lot of the younger dudes in her age bracket in the industry just ain't shit. Okay, money is new to a lot of them. They want to run around, run the streets. She been there, done that. Deion is old. Deion ain't somewhere running around in the streets no more. Hopefully, he got all that out of his system. He did Pilar and Tracy Edmonds like that. Now he want to be settled down and want somebody to rub his feet and cook for him. And she says, shit. The actor jobs ain't coming in like that, and don't nobody want to work. So if all I got to do is go over here, lay up with this gray-haired man and cook a few meals, why not? I ain't mad with them
together. I think it's cute.
There you go, Funky. There it is. That's what I'm saying. I've been trying to tell y'all this.
I ain't mad. Listen, if a man or a woman gonna come in your life and make your situation better, you be a damn fool not to take it. And it ain't a woman alive on this chat, if Deion Sanders came into their life and said he wanted to cuff them up, that they was going to turn it down. So I ain't mad with her at all. Get it, girl. And when it's got, get some more.
Come on, Funky. Now, when we talk about relationships, you have been working on something new outside of that. Your Funky Bunch travel excursions.
Yes.
So you trying to fly the people out. So we have to know, what is the make or break factor when you travel with the Funky Bunch, okay? So we got some options for you. Option 1 is the financial harmony check. Are you splitting everything 50-50, or is someone forgetting their digital wallet? Option 2, the vibe alignment gap. One person wants a 6 a.m. sunrise hike. The other wants a 2 p.m. boozy brunch. Or are you going with option 3, the social battery boundary? The struggle between 24/7 together time versus needing 2 hours of silent rot in the hotel. So, what are your thoughts on these options?
Option number one, all the way. It's about the coins. The coins supersede everything, because if the coin is right, I can curate all the rest of this shit. If I don't want to go to the sunrise hike, I'm not going. But I might go to the dune buggies at 1 o'clock by myself on my coin. If my social battery is full and I don't feel like being around the group, I might go to a show at 2 o'clock on my coin. The coin is the most important thing, and at this age, I'm not traveling with I just had one margarita bitch. I cannot stand a bitch that when the tab come, they talking about, well, I just had one shrimp scampi. I just had that shit is embarrassing. It is. And I'm going to tell y'all something, like the type of friends that I got, the fight is not over who had the shrimp scampi and who had the margarita. The fight is over who paid last time. Let me get it this time. One card. Here we go. One card, because we late for the excursion. We got to go. My crew, we so tight, we ain't even got time to split it 6 ways evenly. Here, I got breakfast. You get dinner. Let's roll. It's about, I think that is the biggest thing. When you travel with people, you got to make sure that economically y'all are on the same page. Everything else will fall into play. But if them finances is wrong, then you get that one friend. We supposed to all go on the boozy brunch. Well, I don't know if I really want to go. Can't we just go sit by the beach? And then you later find out this bitch wanted to sit by the beach because she ain't got no damn money. It's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
That is. Nobody wants to travel with the broke friend.
Exactly.
I always say, if you're broke, stay at home, baby. Just stay at home.
Exactly.
But Roomies, let us know which option you would go with. And Funky, we want you to stay around for some more of our TSR great debates.
I love it. I'm here.
Yeah. We want to talk, have podcasters taken the place of rappers? All right. Music executive Ray Daniels had this to say. Take a look.
You know who I think is going to determine the leaders of hip hop? Who? I think the new leaders of hip hop are podcasters. I think Joe Budden is more important than any rapper alive. I think Joe Budden is more important than NBA YoungBoy. And NBA YoungBoy is on fire. I think Gilly and Wallow are like celebrities. Everywhere they go is like they leading out the Philadelphia Eagles. Like their podcasters are doing what rappers should be doing. But rappers won't do it because everything is about money and cool. I'm telling you, I think the only person that can save hip hop right now is podcasters, because the song doesn't matter. So we have to bring in people with stories. The story has to matter. Who helps tell stories? Podcasters. Why aren't artists blowing up on podcasts? Because they want to charge podcasters to interview them. So you can't even, so now you want to get your story out, but you want to charge for that. It's like the whole shit is fucked up.
Come on.
That's real. That's sticky thing. She hate that. But
you know what? There are so many elements of what. First of all, shouts out to Ray Daniels. I love that brother. There are so many elements of what he said that are so factual, and I love it, especially being a leader in this space. You know what I'm saying? It for me, it offers a bit of career security, because I'm like, woohoo, I'm in the right spot. I'm plugged. But absolutely, not only are podcasters, the new hip hop, podcasters are the new TV. Nobody is watching linear television anymore. You see, Netflix did the deal trying to compete with YouTube, bringing people's podcasts over to Netflix. This is the way people want to consume entertainment. And let me tell you some of the reasons why. It's faster to produce. Yep. We can get information out quicker. It's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? And it is more because we don't have to toe the corporate line. Podcasts tend to have personalities, and people go consume their information from personalities that they like, versus traditional media where it's like, good afternoon, this is Gayle King reporting live from CBS. And today we have R. Kelly. No, people don't want that. They want real opinions. They want real voices. And that's what podcasts offer. Not additionally, last but not least, I think one part that Ray and a lot of people are missing is that podcasts speak directly to niche audiences. You know what I'm saying? Take me, for instance. If you want Black women between the ages of 35 and 57 to push your product, Funky Dineva Live is where you want to go, because that's where they're sitting all at once. So same thing with, the Joe Budden podcast and so on and so forth. If you were trying to get a person of a certain demographic, you ain't got to do all these marketing studies and research. You know exactly where they are. You know exactly which podcast to go take your music to. Now, I think Ray, kind of made it grander than what it is. I don't think podcasts will completely take over rappers. Rappers will always be cool, but podcasters will definitely be instrumental in shaping the direction and the trajectory of the industry and many artists.
I just wanted to add to that. My fault. Go ahead, Zach. Go ahead. I'll go after you.
No, I was just saying, I think that podcasters are more influential than rappers because the rappers are now becoming podcasters. So, if rapping was the more influential thing, they would just continue to do the thing that they're already famous for. You understand what I'm saying? But they're flipping over.
And I think to add to that, all the money is in the digital space. You know what I'm saying? All of the money, all of the TV advertising dollars have come over to the digital space. And let's keep it real. It's less work. I can sit from my home studio or I can go get on the road and have to sing in and out of smoky clubs and bars. It's easier. Tone?
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna take the music part of it, right? I think that it shows where we at as a hip hop community, right? And the fast rap. I've said it before. The I don't want to say bastardization of hip hop, where people have pretty much hustled the art form, right? We have to get back to, when people want to say it, having an A&R. And yes, it's cool to have everybody be able to get into the game, but everybody didn't need to be in the game. It definitely needs to be gatekeepers because that helps the product better, right? I think, but the podcasters part, speaking of what Zach said, even to answer you, what you said, Funky, is like it gives you, this is what can happen after your career. After you've had this great career, now you start talking about it. You see the success of Fat Joe and Jada. They've had monster careers, and now people want to hear about them. Even $1 million worth of game. Gilly and Wallow's been to jail. Gilly is a rapper that struggled, didn't ever make it really where he wanted to go, and that's a different type of dynamic. That's why I think that's what it just shows that. I still think rappers just need to step up and they'll be able to fill the void. But podcasting is definitely a necessary need.
And I think we also need to mention too that streaming messed up music, period, because they're not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like there used to be a time where you put out an album and you just sat back and your music played on the radio and you collected a check. Like honestly and truthfully, just making music right now, it has to be a passion project because it damn sure ain't for the money. You have to get on the road, and that is a very hard grind. Who wants to be on the road all the time when you can sit in front of a camera from the comfort of your home and honestly make far more money? And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think it puts the value back in the storyteller's hands, which I always love to see. And we know that podcasting is an on-demand sport. So anytime you want to turn it on, you want to watch it, it's there for you. It's not like scheduled television or anything else. So podcasters now. Roomies, we want you to get in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on that topic. But Funky, let's get into this one. Jada Waiter, she says she is fasting from social media and Snapchat earnings for she's trying to get closer to God. Let's take a look at what she had to say.
This season, I wanted to be very intentional and give up things that actually steer me away from God and getting closer to Him. So what I gave up this Lent season was something I always thought to give up. I just wasn't really strong enough to do it. Monday through Thursday, I am not on social media, which would be considered TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. If you know, Snapchat pays me very well. God has put me in a position to where I can take some time off from making some money, especially if that means I will be getting closer to Him. It has allowed me to wake up, and before I touch my phone, I am touching my hands together and praying, and honestly just being more present overall to doing the things that I actually like doing outside of just doom scrolling, which is like painting, cooking, working out. And a quote that always stood out to me from one of my family friends when I was younger: you don't see it when you're in it. I didn't realize how consumed I was in social media until I really took a step back And then when I got back on it, because I'm on it from Monday through Thursday, when I got back on Friday, I'm just scrolling. I'm like, damn, I didn't miss nothing. This shit is whack. People still doing the same shit, same drama, same mess. Like, ew.
So TikTokers are, they're doing their locked in challenge. People are going ghost on social media to focus on their goals. So Funky, tell me this, could you go a full month without posting or scrolling?
Absolutely not, because that would not be smart business. If you owned a car wash, if you owned a bakery, would you close your bakery down for a month just for the sake of Lent? If you owned a consulting firm, would you close your consulting firm down? This is my business. Now, if you cannot separate doing the business aspect of it from doom scrolling and being overly consumed with other people's business, then, that's something that you need to work out amongst yourself. And obviously this young lady has identified that perhaps she is doing a lot of useless scrolling, which people of her generation tend to do. I will say, to her defense, there are days where I literally get on social media and I do what I need to do for the business aspect. And then I throw my phone down. I don't care what the latest celebrity did. I don't care what's going on. So it's all about balance. I'm not going to say that I believe her, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I think it's performative. I think that the people in her generation, they live and swear by it. I know how much money I make on social media, and I refuse to believe, as materialistic as this young lady and other young ladies like her present. I don't know this young lady, so I'm choosing my words carefully. But as materialistic as they present, it is hard for me to believe that she is completely not doing any of the money-making activities that allow her to continue to live that life. That would be foolish, and I don't think God ever asked anybody to be stupid and or broke in his honor.
Yeah, I love when thick women get closer to God, though. They be thick and they be like, God said, and they be thick.
I think one would have been, I'm going to give up doom scrolling. I'm going to give up beefing with people. I'm going to give up buying material stuff. I'm going to give up flaunting my material wealth online. I think that would have been a more mature, business-minded thing to give up for Lent. However, let me close by saying, who am I? Who is me to tell anybody how they need to practice their religion? But just for me, it sounds and feels like a crock of shit.
Oh. The dates give. But I can't wait for, if you're a person that follows it, I can't wait for Friday to Sunday.
And then it's smart, because what's going to happen is, as soon as Lent is over, she's going to hit y'all with a I'm back Lent sale. Here it is, y'all. Here's my latest line. Here's my latest product. And I'm not even mad at the girls, because they are geniuses at marketing, and the people that follow them eat the stuff up. But girl, you tell us anything, girl. You you laying down at 1 o'clock in the morning and on that damn phone, because we all do it. We all do it.
Some people really suffer from an addiction to social media. I call it the new lottery. You know how your grandparents be like addicted to the lottery and steady buying them scratch. That's how I feel like social media can become for some people.
I tell you what you do. Let's test just how much she giving it up. Everybody that got beef with Jada Waiter, get on the internet right now and make videos about her and go off on her and tell all her business and say all types of negative things about her. You watch and see how quickly her ass get back on the internet.
You ain't right. You ain't right, friend.
I don't know who the young girls be beefing with, but everybody that's beefing with her, get on there right now and say something about her. And we're gonna see how quickly the Lord tell her give up that doggone Lent.
Stay strong, Jada Waiter. Stay strong. Let's get into the next one.
And Jada, don't beat me up when you see me at the gym, because she work out at my gym at Lifetime Fitness now. We don't beat me up, okay? But these people asked me, and I just had to tell it.
Oh, don't try to clean it up now.
That Lifetime got to be fired.
Yeah, I gotta go to that gym.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't go to work out. I just go to be seen. It's the one in Buckhead. Everybody be in there. Everybody.
That's so funny.
That's funny, man. All right, Funky, we gotta jump to this. A woman is going viral after she went to a singles night ministry event. Y'all take a look at this.
Sitting here thinking about how I went to singles night at church, and it was hundreds. I mean, at least 1,000. First, I thought it was 500, but the pastor said it was 1,000 singles in attendance. Like, are we all living the same life at this point? Because I've never been in a room with that many single people, even thought that it was even, I thought I was like the only one left. I mean, beautiful women, all types, shapes and sizes, literally African-American women. Like a room full of singles. And I'm like, this has to be an experiment. Like, this has to be like assimilation. Is that the word I want to use? I think so. Like, I'm confused and I'm like low key, like nervous, like for us, for myself, y'all, because where are the men? Where are the men? Then again, don't know. Never mind. Don't. We know where they at. Bye.
Oh, that was a lesbian's dream, honey, being down at that church in the name of Jesus.
Now, the question is, would you rather stay spiritually aligned and wait in that room of 1,000 women, or are you sliding to a lounge to increase your odds?
I'm sliding to a lounge. I'm sliding to the hay rides. I'm sliding to the black ski trips. I'm slipping and sliding everywhere. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna get bashed for this, and I don't care. The type of people who show up to the church singles night are weirdos anyway. Okay, you just are. You're just socially awkward, and you're a damn weirdo. Okay, and I'm sure the type of men that show up to the church singles night are even more weird, okay? They probably doofuses and dilberts, okay? Don't nobody want no man who got to show up to the singles night in order to get a woman. That's just, he's probably a socially non-desirable man. Yes.
Come on, but what if you, let's just say you were somebody, you just struck out in the world. You like keep getting bad apples in the world. And you like, you know what? My church is having this singles night. It's supposed to be a bunch of women and they in church. Let me try a church situation. Because a lot of guys are like me. When you go to church, you see the beautiful women, but you're not on that in church. Right. So you're not really trying to shoot in church. So you like, maybe you try.
Well, here's the thing. Then the church don't need it. But the rule is still going to apply. If you ain't gonna holler at them at church on Sunday, I'ma feel wrong doing it on the Thursday night at the singles thing. Maybe they need to throw an outside barbecue, an outside banquet, throw it at your local Applebee's in a situation that is better fostered for people to date and so on and so forth. But the other thing about it is too, and this is what I always tell people when it comes to dating, especially for people who are having issues. A lot of people don't want to look outside of where they live. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the first person to tell you, I live in Atlanta, had a hard time dating in Atlanta. I met my boyfriend at the Essence Festival in New Orleans, and he lives in Birmingham, Alabama. So I tell people all the time, especially people who live in big cities, your person is probably 2 hours away from you in another smaller city. So for example, if you're having problems dating in Atlanta, start spending time in Birmingham, start going down to Macon, start going to South, you know what I'm saying? Start going to some of these other places where there are good quality people who ain't on that bullshit that comes along with big city people. I'm not a church person per se, and I honestly think the type of person that would go to church on singles night, we not going to be aligned anyway. I think church people like that are completely weirdos. You're weird in my honest, humble opinion. If you can't get nobody the regular way, i.e. the gas station, the grocery store, the movies, the car wash, and you got to go to the church where they got another hand selection of weirdos just like you, then you've already lost.
Lord Jesus. Funky, do you like dating apps?
So dating apps, especially dating apps, are nothing but sex things. They I don't care what people say, especially from the male perspective. Especially for gay men, especially for most men. I think women might be getting on there with some genuine intention of dating. And I think there is a small percentage of men who get on there with the general intention of dating. But overall, I think dating apps are sex hookup sites, if most people would be honest.
Tone, you going down to the church singles night?
I mean, I might try it out. I might try it out. I mean, I'll be striking out, man. But I think to Funky's point is that I think in big cities, and I don't know how it is in a small city, but I think in big cities, because of the overlap, right? It's the overlap. Somebody knows somebody. It's just amazing how you live in these big cities and you end up dating somebody that pretty much your friend and already dated, and that makes it weird. I mean, for me, that's what it turned. That's a lot of the problem with me. I end up, it's the overlap, and you can't really deal with the overlap.
I'm gonna throw one more thing in too. No shade. And some, not all, but many times when a woman has gotten to the point where she got to go to the church singles night, it means she's like tried everything else and she's teetering desperate. You know what I'm saying? Honestly and truthfully, that is a predator's dream, because you walking in this room like every single woman in here just want a man to smile at her and take her to Ruby Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? And it's a cesspool for predators.
It seemed like a layup. Like you walk in church night fresh with your Bible.
Yes.
How you doing, sister? How you doing, child? Yes. Let's go eat and say you're not on good intention.
You already know they ready. They are primed and ready. You know what I'm saying? So the intentions are good, but like to a predator, it's like, oh yeah, we finna go get that thing that ain't been touched in a minute. You know what I'm saying? She just wants somebody to take her out to eat and all. And you give men the rule book to get to you. All I got to do is come in here and quote a few redundant ass scriptures and play the part long enough to get the panty draws.
Well, damn. You can't go to Bella Noche. Where can we go?
Where we gonna find them? But let's go ahead.
Than winning the lady pond, child. It ain't no hope out here for the girls.
Let's switch gears, y'all. All right. How about this though, Funky? Would you ever start a business with your best friend, or is that a guaranteed way to lose a friendship? Now, look, everybody in the chat, definitely jump in. Put a handshake emoji for your ride or die, or put the stop sign for keep it separate. What do you think, Funk?
I absolutely would not start a business with any type of friend or family. What I would do, though, I'd give them money to keep. I would give them whatever they need, whatever I could help. If you opening up a new restaurant, I'll buy the table and chairs. You know what I'm saying? You opening up a coffee shop, I'll invest in one of the expensive espresso machines, but I'm not mixing business and friendship and business and family. For what? There's billions of people on the planet. I'd rather fall out with this person over here that the relationship was just business and I could take their ass to court and cuss their ass out and not feel no ways tired about it, than to do it with somebody I know and love. Because the reality of the situation is, I don't care who you are, money divides people. Money, and especially when the money get funny. When the money good, we good. But when the money get funny, people get on edge and relationships get ruined.
Now, Funky, what about a spouse? Would you go into business with like a spouse?
I would not go in business with the spouse either. Only because I like a little separation between work and home life. You know what I'm saying? Like when I come home, I like to decompress. Like, case in point, I do what it is I do. My boyfriend works in corporate. When me and him are down watching Netflix and stuff, I don't want to talk about this. And I think if you and your spouse are in business together, when y'all should be decompressing. Y'all laying in bed talking about so-and-so called off today. Oh, we ain't got no chicken. The freezer broke down at the restaurant. Did you pay the insurance bill? It's like you don't get the luxury of being able to turn off the business. And I think that can taint the relationship. So no, I wouldn't want to be in business with my spouse either.
I agree with all of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the Roomies agree too. I see a bunch of stop signs in the comments. People have been burned and learned their lesson with mixing business and pleasure.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Mm-mm. All right, well, let's get into this next one. We want to bring a roomie in to join the show. So, roomie, come on in and join this debate. The question is, do you announce your business moves? Like, do you share your journey as it happens, or do you wait until the paperwork is signed? Sure, drop a if you're going to post the progress, and drop a B in the comments if you're going to move in silence. For me, it's always moving in silence. What about y'all? What's up, roomie?
What's up? What's up? Your famous turned up host Zodo from Chicago, West Side Pod Fam in the building.
Come on, Pod Fam.
President of Pod Fam in the building. I keep things silent now. I think I keep things silent now because it seems like when you tell a lot of people, it's like the stuff don't happen for you, right? Or it's just like I do like the background acting stuff. It's like sometimes when I see postings or like castings and stuff, I'll apply for it first, and then if I get it, I'll be like, okay, cool. And then I'll try to send that info out to other people because I already got it. But I never want to be in a situation where I give somebody something first, like an opportunity first, and then they get it first, and now I'm just like, God damn, I should never just told you. You know what I'm saying? So I love to keep stuff to myself first, and then when it happened, you know what I'm saying, tell people about it.
Now, you know that there's scientific stuff behind that, like something about like when you tell people something that you want to do or you're gonna do, it gives you, your brain gives you some of the same feelings as if you did it, and you start to feel good. You know what I'm saying? I really think you shouldn't, because a lot of people, they done told everybody. Now they got the feeling of feeling good because they done told everybody they dream, and everybody was like, yeah, you should do that. And then they don't end up doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I completely disagree. I'm one of those, what God has for me, it is for me.
Come on.
It is.
Hallelujah.
Now he
just out of church.
As somebody who has monetized their entire life, you know what I'm saying? I am quick to tell somebody about a project I got coming up. I am quick to tell somebody about an idea. And look what happens. I will get off from a show and I will look in my inbox and there will be a message from somebody saying, Funky Dineva, I do this, I do that, I do this. I have found my support staff and team from me simply sharing. Closed mouth is two things that don't get fed: closed mouths and closed legs. Okay, closed mouths and closed. Ask the Dubai girls. Okay, ask the Dubai girls that's stuck out there. You know, of course, you don't share your stuff with jealous-hearted people, and you don't share your stuff with family members that's gonna hate on you anyway. But I share because you never know who may be able to help you. And that is my thing. If you got all your ideas on the inside, I might be wanting to go into filming, and Tone got a whole cousin that's a director that's willing to do some pro bono work. And I would never know that had I not shared. I'm trying to work on a movie. So both has its pros and cons. Luckily in life, I have not been burnt by sharing my ideas with people, and that's why I share all the time. So the universe will bring me the resources that I need in order to get the job done.
I definitely I agree with that at some point, but I always call it. I tell Zach and Kiki this. I like it's called it walking around with the big joker. I like, especially when I got something cooking and it's right there. Sometimes, because I've been on this with Zodo, I've been in some acting situations where I was spending the money in my head and I was telling people, and then they were like, man, what happened? You got to go and say, nah, I didn't get the part. Or there's been situations where I've told people and they've kind of hated on the idea, hated on it, and it's blocked some things. So it's just one of those things, like you said. I feel like what you said is perfect in a way. You kind of got to feel it out. Yeah, you feel out what you
got to know who your people are, because you tell stuff sometimes too prematurely. People be preying on your downfall and doing weird stuff. Agreed. So you just got to read the room. But thank you so much for joining us, Zodo, and thanks for representing the podcast always. Yeah. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Let's go, y'all.
Love it. That shirt, that's a great shirt.
All Funky. You done gave us a lot tonight. We gotta have you
I
back.
always do. I always get in trouble messing around with y'all. So I'm gonna be like Jada. I'm gonna be on social media sabbatical tomorrow, and hopefully all of this blows over by Monday.
Hopefully it do. But look, call us back when you want to give us the tea on Helen, because I ain't forgot.
Lord, look at you. Look at you.
No, she messy.
Bye, y'all.
Call me Mama Joyce. We appreciate you joining the
All
show.
right. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, Roomies, that's one of our favorite guests to bring on the show for sure.
Absolutely.
He's always a good
Shout out
time.
to the Funky Bunch in the comments. And Roomies, keep checking in. We got this one for you this week on TSR Investigates. Justin Carter reports on synthetic braiding hair and human hair extensions that have tested positive for lead and toxic chemicals. Oh, damn. Take a look. I'm nervous.
Bad bundles.
This is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
TSR Investigates went undercover last year.
What are you guys working on specifically?
After companies selling synthetic weave with chemicals that may be poisoning us.
People get sick. Kids come out with deformities.
Dr. James Rogers, the force behind Consumer Reports' study on braiding hair, he and his team went to Amazon, Walmart, the beauty supply store, and grabbed human hair, synthetic hair, and popular plant-based synthetic products. But the human and plant-based hair you thought was safer?
What did you find?
Human hair had the highest amount of lead of any of these products that we've tested.
And to be clear, there is no safe level of lead in anything that we consume or come in contact with. Is your bust down busting your body down? The price millions of us may be paying for style.
Oh no, my unit gonna be messed up. I can't get I can't get my unit now.
See?
Can't get your unit. We can't have nothing nice. They took perms away from us. You know, the perms was killing us. Now you telling us that the fake hair is killing us. This is crazy.
And the real hair. That's the thing. Y'all wear your hair. You got hair.
I do.
Or you don't. Wear y'all hair.
Come on. Now I'm gonna have to vote for Kiki. Kiki, I used to hate wigs. Kiki's wigs have made me like wigs. Now I can tell. But now I can tell women that got good wigs. I still hate bad wigs, but I'm okay with good wigs.
I'm not talking about the look. Y'all worried about the look. I'm worried about y'all health. Y'all over here got lead poisoning in the brain. That's why y'all can't find a man now. And hard to deal with. All that lead in your head. Okay?
You ain't wrong.
It's clogging up your thoughts. Look, I'm trying to tell
y'all,
you, a lot of people got hair. Don't let the beauty industry tell you it ain't nice. Don't let them say it's hard to do or whatever they say.
Everybody here ain't nice, Zach.
Yes, it is. If it grows, it is. What makes people hair not nice? What's not nice hair? Go ahead, light skinned man. What's not nice? What makes hair not
nice? Don't walk into that trap. Look, I'm
not even gonna fall for that, Zach.
Don't do
Some people's hair doesn't grow in that way, like like a wig. A wig is perfect, pretty much. Any style that you get is gonna be perfect. People's hair don't grow in their styles perfectly, bro.
The way your hair grows is perfect. However it grow.
Well, I ain't got no hair, so how about that? We're gonna stop this argument.
There it is.
And you wear your no hair.
Not often.
Y'all stressing me out, and I'm already trying to figure out if I need to take my wig off or not. Okay,
You
please
need to unlead it right now.
Unlead
it like gas.
Let him get to the bottom of it so he can tell us what we need to do moving forward. So, Roomies, make sure you check that out. TSR Investigates on all Shade Room platforms. And we love y'all, Roomies, for checking in throughout the show. We want to bring more of you on the show. So, if you would like to join us next week, please send a DM to the Shade Room right now. And we'll be back next week. More Shade Room headlines, debates, and trending topics.
And make sure you like and subscribe to the Shade Room's YouTube channel so you never miss exclusive Shade Room news and interviews.
And until next week, remember to represent the culture with excellence. Woo, woo.
Woo, woo.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my clock, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't cuffing my clock, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, play, who don't. Long time coming, not gonna bottom of my feet from running, cataracts under my eyes from hustling, going from buying to selling to customers, run up the business, God is my witness, sun up to sun up from Monday to Sunday, we matching our limits, my mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie,